I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. You can text me 706-889-9700. Let me know what you think about the election. And you can also email me, chief@fetchernews.com. Follow us on Twitter @FetcherNews, @FYNTV. Find us on Instagram and Facebook. Now, Casey Cagle lost Hall County. 56%, 55.9, 56% went for Bryan Kemp. Now, do you see the value in a highly popular, the media wants you to believe, the highly popular Nathan Deal in Hall County? He couldn't pull. And that's the reason I wanted to end it with that and come back. And I'm going to make another. I'm telling you, I went through counties. You go through your counties, all right? And the reason I wrapped up the first half hour with White County and Gilmer County and Lumpkin County and counties in North Georgia where we are at. And I appreciate you watching nationally and across the state. And I love my friends in Savannah and Columbus and all over. Thank you so much. But here's what I'm saying. The reason I went through those counties like that, and I picked out, you go research for yourself on the 500 endorsements that Casey Cagle had, they were supposed to bring those counties in. The mega endorsement wasn't Donald Trump in Hall County. The mega endorsement was supposed to be Nathan Deal. And he couldn't bring in Hall County. So, this is going to be a lot of fun today. I'm enjoying this, and I hope you're enjoying it. But I want to just read one text and not move on without reading it. I got a text message concerning the David Schaefer loss. This is from a viewer that said the Deal endorsement for Schaefer cost him 50,000 votes, not 2,000 in my opinion. You're 100% right. We don't know if it's 49,000, 51,000. You are correct out there. I do think it cost him the 50,000 votes that you say. What I may not have been clear on is I found his 2,000 he needed to win. So it cost him more than 2,000, but that's what I was trying to convey is I found the difference he needed to win, and it's in that one endorsement alone when the man can't even bring in his own home county, Hall County, for either David Schaefer or Casey Cagle. So you are correct out there. Thank you for your text. You're probably right. Deal probably costed David Schaefer 50,000 votes. You may be right. I just know he costed him more than the 2,000 he was looking for to win. So I appreciate that. Please give me your opinion on what's going on. Now, I'm not switching gears. I want you to stay with this because I think we're doing something, I guarantee at the beginning of the show, that nobody will touch. Some people are afraid of the third rail in Georgia. Well, hell, I trip over it every day. Okay? Let me say this. There's the impression that I dislike Democrats. Okay? I give that, I do impression. I can't do my Bryan Kemp. I'm tired. I said last night, I went in, I was practicing my Bryan Kemp, and I said, I'm tired, I just can't do it. So tomorrow I'm going to be well rested, and I'm going to do my Bryan Kemp impression, okay? I'm going to practice the grin and everything, see if I can get it down. That being said, Socialist Democrat Party, there's 40-some representatives or districts that are going to have, or areas that are going to have Socialist Democrat candidates. Stacey Abrams, we are going to get into that. That's my promise. But I am preaching to the choir this morning, okay? Stacey Abrams, socialist, won't say it. Socialist Democrat Party. Hillary Clinton, put up Stacey with Hillary. All right? It's that simple. This is how simple it is, okay? This is how simple it is. Now, we're going to get into it more. You know, why does Stacey have to have the I look like Sideshow Bob's sister hairdo? But anyhow, there's Hillary and Stacey Abrams There you go. Answers all your questions. George Soros is pouring money in to Georgia. We're going to talk about defending Georgia between 9 and 10, so stay with me. We're talking the whole thing. Now, in the effort of disclosure, my grandfather, Earl, we'll just leave him at Earl, okay? Earl was as hard a Democrat. My mom, I'm going to throw everything out there. Boom, it's out on the table. My mom's father was about as hard a Democrat as you have ever met. I mean, you did not meet a harder Democrat, okay? I grew up the early years in a house divided. Let me tell you, because my mom could not let her dad know that she may like a Republican like my father. So in the house, just a little history, my dad's as hard a Republican, okay, all right, as you can get. His dad is a hard Republican. My grandfather got upset because my dad married a Democrat. Oh, hell yeah. So now on the other side, my grandfather on my mom's side is hard Democrat as you can get. You can't get any harder than Earl. He's mad because his daughter married a Republican. So my mother in the early years, okay, started to develop an understanding. I'm going to tell you what happened, all right? I'm going to tell you what happened. One day, what my mother said one day is very interesting, and why she became a Republican. But the most interesting things is when we were young, going to visit, and my father and my grandfather arguing over Nixon, arguing over Johnson, arguing, man alive. That's where I grew up. So let me say this. The state of Georgia has not had, these are going to be in the variables that I could not count yesterday. These are in the variables. Okay? Third rail, tripping over it. The state of Georgia has not had a Republican governor since Reconstruction. I can't believe you just said that. Why? Sonny Perdue was a Republican. Sonny Perdue switched teams. Now, you didn't hear me say I dislike Sonny Perdue, but he switched teams, okay? All right? There you go. Second, all right? Nathan Deal switched teams, right? He was a representative. He was a Democrat representative in the 9th District and switched to Republican. So number one, the Republicans in Georgia, the conservatives in Georgia are looking for what they feel is a true, real Republican conservative to be the first Republican governor of Georgia. That's Brian Kemp. That's what they picked. So let's be clear on that. Got it? All right? Sonny Perdue and Nathan Deal, Democrats, went to Republican. Many people in the state, many around the state, do not feel they've been represented by a conservative. Now, don't get mad, Republicans out there. I know you're getting ready to sing Kumbaya tomorrow night, but many out there do not feel they've been represented by conservatives at this time in Atlanta. When people put up there and politicians say, you need to keep Georgia red, there's a fraction of this 70% that went for Brian Kemp. It's a pretty good fraction of that 70% that will argue that it's the Republicrats, okay? Republicrats. They're really not true Republicans. Now, I'm just saying this. Don't attack me. I just know it out there, okay? There's a strong fraction. See, it's that Donald Trump movement that's very strong, works hard, and won't give up. All right? So there's a lot of those people say, hey, you know what? Every time they tell us the governor's a Republican, the House is Republican, the Senate, there's a group out there that says, no, you're not. And they wanted Brian Kemp, and they worked for Brian Kemp. You see, the no-names, the 500 endorsements that Casey Cagle got were names. The no names won for Brian Kemp. And they worked hard. And they will get Brian Kemp elected against this Democrat Socialist. Brian Kemp will be the next governor of Georgia. We'll talk more about that. Now let's go into, I'm going to take a quick break, okay? Want to regroup. Let's go into the Donald Trump effect, the Nathan Deal effect, okay? The Clay Tippins tape. Let's go into that when we return, all right? And I'm going to go back over some things. I'm sorry I don't mean it that way, but Casey Cagle was not a bad candidate. Don't get mad at me. Did Clay Tippins cost him the race? I'll give you my opinion. Did Donald Trump put Brian Kemp over the top in the rally with Mike Pence? No. I'll give you my opinion on that too, and what the value is, and how that will be used in other states, and why Georgia is such. People are really looking at Georgia this morning in, let's see, Indiana, West Virginia. I bet you Joe Manchin is looking at those tweets that the president sent into Georgia. Let's see, Claire McCaskill, Joe Donnelly, Heidi Heidenkamp. You see, Casey was supposed to win. Now, although Casey wasn't on the Democrat ticket, Donnelly and all of those senators out there are watching that power of not just doing a rally, but a tweet. So I'm going to take a break. Let me just say this. One time my mother was asked, there's 4 kids in the family. Got it? 4 of us. There's 4 of us in the family. One time somebody said to my mom, what caused you to change from being a Democrat to a Republican? And my mom looked at this individual, not saying quote, and said, I'll call him by name, that's my name, Gerald. Gerald won. What's that mean? Gerald won. Well, hell, Gerald's got all 4 of our kids are Republicans. Have you ever met my 4 kids? Because all 4 of my kids are 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, Republican with their dad. So I couldn't be the last one out. So I'm a Republican too. Take us a break.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelot.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
It's Truck Month at Dave's Chevrolet in Jasper, and we're giving you a payload of savings. Now save up to $13,000 off new Silverado Crew Cab LT. And with Dave's Payment Vacation, make no payments for 90 days. Or save up to $7,400 off new 2018 Chevy Equinox. It's Truck Month in the mountains. See Dave's Chevrolet in Jasper today. The North Georgia Mountains #1 volume Chevy dealer.
Better days ahead, Dave's Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hi, how are you today? It happens to be Wednesday. It is 8:58 on the East Coast. I always want to say that. Weather's not bad today. I hope in North Georgia, especially around Gilmer County, you, for the most part, people are getting their power back. Hopefully, we went through a tough weekend, and people are still experiencing power outages across North Georgia, especially here in Gilmer County. I'm your host, BKP, North Georgia's only live online morning show. You can contact me, 706-889-9700. Email me, chief@veterannews.com. Follow us on Twitter, at Fetcher News, at FYNTV. Find us on Instagram and Facebook. I would like to hear your opinion of the election last night. So before we move on, Jason Spencer, the disgraced piece of garbage representative. And, you know, it's interesting, and we're going to leave names out. No sense of putting names in. I didn't want a picture of him like that. I asked you, could you get a picture? I didn't want to like his pants down or something. Why this? I don't have my glass. Is that what you got? Oh, you were ready. Amanda's ready. She knew. Okay, so let's go. He showed his ass. You remember when your parents sent you out? And I don't know about your parents, but I tell you what, my house, my parents sent me some, you know, they don't go in here and show your ass or nothing. All right, well, you know, as a 10-year-old kid, I didn't understand why I was going to show my ass to begin with, you know. But anyhow, we learned early on not to show our ass. I'm sorry, I did not know where we got into that. But this guy, he is a disgraced, he's a disgraced representative. He has been asked from the governor, Speaker of the House, House Speaker David Ralston, Lieutenant Governor Casey Cagle. He has been asked by his colleagues in the House and senators across the chamber over there from the Senate, an immediate outcry for him to resign. Now, yesterday we were told that he was reluctant in that. And the reason he is reluctant is, you got to understand, he is a 4-year, go back to his other picture, he is a four-term state representative. And what that means in the fourth term is 8 years. You are vested in the House of Representatives, or in Georgia, just like I think it's like a school teacher. I'm not for sure, but as the state representative, you are what's called vested after 8 years. Okay, and you are also, you have your insurance. Okay, 8 years, you're vested with insurance. If he resigns, he doesn't complete his 8th year. He's not vested, is my understanding. And that's why there was a struggle. So we need to look into what is being done there to make sure there's no deal being done with this piece of garbage, okay, Jason Spencer. But he is going to resign today, I understand. I don't know. I did hear it on News Cycle, so I don't know if it's happened. When he resigns, the Constitution, now check this out. I could be a fraction off here, a fraction off there. You know, you go look it up. But the Constitution of the state of Georgia mandates you have a representative. So put all this together, do your research, get back to me, tell me where I'm right, wrong, indifferent. Is that what it is? But Jason Spencer lost his primary election to seek another term. But legally, he is still the representative in House District 180 or 108 or wherever he's at. He is still legally the representative till December 31st. The Georgia State Constitution requires that you, the citizens, have a representative. That's why there's an immediate special election when there's an appointment made. So if he resigns, that district does not have representation. So the question I have is, will they do a special election? Yes, I've seen it happen. Will they do a special election in his district to have somebody, this is like the Connor Lamb, don't forget Connor Lamb in Pennsylvania, almost the same way, but a little more distance. But will they have a special election in his district to have somebody in his seat to represent the people for about 30 days before, or about 45 days before the November election for a new representative in that district? So it might be a little crazy over there, something to watch, but this guy does not need to be vested and have state insurance. And that's why he's reluctant to resign. We need to keep an eye on what happens to this guy. He does not deserve the taxpayers' money. 8 years you're vested in the state of Georgia, and you have your insurance. So Jason Spencer is supposed to retire, or not retire, resign today. Okay, now let's get back to let's get back to the election. How about that? All right. If you look across the state, and we did, and we looked across the state, and you see the 70%. First of all, Casey Cagle is the candidate that for some reason, although 500 people endorsed, that something went bad wrong. Bad wrong. It was his campaign. Period. Okay? Now, did the Clay Tippins hurt him? Yes. Did the Donald Trump endorsement help Kemp? Yes. Is that the reason Casey Cagle lost? No, absolutely not. Casey Cagle was next in line. Next in line. And I'm not going to betray the conversations, but early. I mean early. Okay? Before the Delta NRA. That's how early, okay? I expressed to Mr. Cagle that I thought his biggest negative, or two biggest negatives, one, his zip code. People are tired of Gainesville, okay? But he can't do that. He don't need to move, okay? But his biggest negative in the state of Georgia at that time is the next in line. And the Georgia voters are really funny about that next in line. And the climate in the election right now, next in line is a problem. So this candidate, Casey Cagle, heard from me before the Delta. I said, Mr. Cagle, you got two things you need to establish. You need to figure out how to break the next in line when people see you. And two, I know it parallels, but being the establishment candidate. Those are two things that you got to change if you want to get elected. Well, obviously they pay consultants and they pay hundreds of thousands of dollars, okay? And they pay consultants and pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to these people to give the direction of the campaign so he can win. Casey Cagle never answered a question. Angry. Angry because somebody said to him, you never answer a question. He said, what do I do when I get on the stage? You don't answer a question. His campaign told him at the beginning, the very beginning, don't answer anything. You have all the money. You think $10 million or whatever they spent, I wonder who wants their money back. You realize you got a candidate that had about $10 million bucks, 500 endorsements, okay? Now, I think Donald Trump is a big deal, and I think the Clay Tippins tape is a big deal. But I watched the people of Georgia, I don't want to say ignore, but I watched them not turn on Donald Trump over the Access Hollywood tape. I'm so tired of hearing the Clay Tippins tape. We interviewed Clay Tippins right here. But I watched the people of Georgia not ignore, but look past the Access Hollywood tape and still go vote for Donald Trump. That's right. Period. I watched it. Casey Cagle, all right, could not change being next in line, couldn't do it. I watched $10 million go down the tubes, and the guy couldn't get 30%. Now, I think Donald Trump's tweet is enormous. It's huge, and Mike Pence coming to town. But as strong as Trump is, it is not enough to suppress Cagel's vote down to 30%. You see, Cagel's voters did not come back and vote for him a second time. A runoff. I say it over and over. Now, I understand in North Georgia here, I don't have, all the education necessary to run, consult, or give my opinion on a campaign. A runoff election is won by the candidate who can get their voters back to the poll. Pretty much. That is at 85% of the time, without some variables in there. If Casey Cagle ends the primary on May 22nd and takes his $10 million and personally invites you to come back and vote for him, yesterday, Casey Cagle wins. No. He had to go get endorsements. But he didn't want an endorsement from Clay Tippins. The truth is he wanted his donor list. He wanted his donor list. Because you're going to say, well, wait a minute. Why would you think he wanted Clay Tippins' donor list when he offered to pay off Clay Tippins, or allegedly offered to pay off Clay Tippins' campaign fund or balance deficit of $300,000? That doesn't make sense. Look, talking about millions. The $300,000 that the Cagle campaign could have cleared the campaign debts of Clay Tippins pales in comparison to what the donor list is worth. You see, donors don't pay off campaign debt. It's the bottom line. They want something. They no longer need you. They could donate $1 million to you and then lose, and they say, man, I hate it for you. Okay, who's that other guy? Because I need to get this bill passed, I need to get this bill passed, or I need a friend in the zoning area, whatever. Okay? You are finished. But Cagle was still on the move. See, they would continue to donate to Cagle if he could have got that list, but not Clay Tippins. Very, very seldom does a donor feel the need to help a candidate get rid of their campaign debt. They have no more need for them. So allegedly, my opinion is Casey Cagle was prepared, okay, to trade $300,000 for that campaign donation list. That's my opinion. He was getting ready to pay $300,000 for a list and an endorsement. And then he could have taken that list and he could have allegedly, what I'm thinking, made a bunch of promises to those people. Hey, I will keep the promises Clay made you if you dump $1 million. So $300,000 for $1 million, that's a $700,000 gain. Pretty good deal. He was too greedy. His campaign, Scott Binkley, the head of his campaign, did a disastrous job. I will bet you in the little circles of campaign managers out there, because they got their own little fraternity they're all in, I'll bet you in those circles that Binkley's already talking. I think, I'm alleging, I don't know this for a fact, but I bet you he's already whispering to other campaign manager fraternity people, well, if I could have kept Cagle away from Tippins, and, and if I could have, made that, stop that, and did this, he would have won. Binkley, you cannot blame the Clay Tippins tape for the Casey Cagle loss. The loss lies on the shoulders of Casey Cagle, but the reality is Scott Binkley, okay, which I think the last two campaigns he ran was Al Gore and Mike Dukakis, all joking, Mike Dukakis, right? But that's where that lies. Now, the Trump factor is big. But Brian Kemp wins. My opinion, Brian Kemp wins no matter what. Even without the Clay Tippins tape and even without Trump's endorsement. It's just not 70-30. but he wins no matter what. And he will win in November against Stacey Abrams. Now let's come back and talk about beating Stacey Abrams, what we got to do. A little more, we don't want to go too far, but a little more hashing on last night's election and some of the results and what we see out of this, okay? What we see out of this. And I want to bring up, the third rail. I'm going to trip over it again. What some Republicans fear out of this campaign. Because you're going to have to watch who makes friends with Kemp. Because if Brian Kemp does not go to Atlanta when he becomes governor and be the gun-toting, chainsaw, truck-driving Brian Kemp that they voted for, he will be a one-term governor. Let's see how far he moves, in what direction, and what Republicans in Georgia now make friends with him. So let's take a break. Let's come back. What's the Donald Trump effect? What's that do for the rest of November elections and George Soros and Stacey Abrams? And hey, book that visit over to Stone Mountain ASAP. Let me see here. I think I got a text while we were talking, and let me see if it's something that I want to share. Somebody said they were going to give me their opinion on something. I'm going to read this during the break, and then I don't want to read it because the individual sent it to me. There's no telling what they... let's do it anyway. I think starting with Trump and his campaign... Okay, let's do this. I think starting with Trump and his campaign and communication changed voting forever. Wow. Let's read the rest of that when we get back. Changed voting forever. The Twitter man. Take a...
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Days ahead.
It's Truck Month at Dave's Chevrolet in Jasper, and we're giving you a payload of savings. Now save up to $13,000 off new Silverado Crew Cab LT. And with Dave's Payment Vacation, make no payments for 90 days. Or save up to $7,400 off new 2018 Chevy Equinox. It's Truck Month in the mountains. See Dave's Chevrolet in Jasper today. The North Georgia Mountains #1 volume Chevy dealer.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Okay, Casey Cagle is not spending time this morning figuring out why, but we left you with this. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Put up how to get in touch with us. We left you with this here. A viewer wrote, I think starting with Trump and his campaign and communication change voting forever. Okay, Twitter. Okay, and there's a reason I wanted to hold this because it actually ties in to our closer today because this is perfect. I don't think endorsements influence as much as they once did. Okay, I think voters get information, make up their own minds. Voters don't need anyone telling them what to think, especially mainstream media or other politicians. Very well framed, put together. Now, yesterday morning, we're on tweet 3. Okay, so let's go to the Trump effect. You know, I see your Governor Nathan Deal, I raise you a President Donald J. Trump. Thank you, Rick. So yesterday morning, President Donald J. Trump tweeted out, "Today is the day to vote Today is the day to vote for Brian Kemp. He will be great for Georgia. Full endorsement." Yesterday morning, 3 tweets. This guy now Mike Pence made a stop in Georgia. Okay, Saturday. 3 tweets from this guy. 3. All right? In Georgia. Now, I say he had I say Kemp does not get Trump's endorsement, even though Governor Deal endorsed Casey Cagle. Kemp doesn't get the endorsement from Donald Trump. He doesn't get these tweets. He doesn't win 70-30, but he wins, 52, 55, maybe 55, okay, easily, all right? He still gets double digits. But did Trump give him 16, 17 points? Maybe. 3 tweets. Now, let's move up to the way communication has changed. 44 minutes ago. Now, I had this and I wanted to hold it because I want to wrap it up, okay? 44 minutes ago, the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, tweeted out, "Congratulations to Brian Kemp on your big win in Georgia last night. Wow, 69-30. Those are big numbers. Now go win against open borders, crime-loving opponents that the Democrats have given you. She is weak on vets and the military and the Second Amendment. Win." Okay? So President Trump congratulated Brian Kemp right there and stuck his toe in the November election for Georgia. Boom. Well, you know who is shaking in their boots? Not Cagle. Cagle's, he's taking a day off, right? He's not shaking in his boots. I'll tell you who's shaking in their boots this morning, and maybe they wear boots, okay? Let's see, where's that tweet at? I just had it here a minute ago. I got to readjust. I'm trying to get used to these new glasses, which is not bad, but let's see. Hang tight, hang tight, hang tight. Hang tight, hang tight. We got it here. Where's the tweet on the, just stay with me. I had it a minute ago. 21 hours ago. Okay. Here's a tweet that came in about 23 hours ago. Donald J. Trump, heading to Missouri, headed to Missouri to be with many of my great friends, the VFW, the National VFW Convention, I think it was. Here we come. VFW, here we come. Missouri, here we come. Claire McCaskill. So Trump has, do you have the picture? Is there a picture of the 94? Were you able to find something on that? Were you able to find a picture of him? That's okay if you didn't. Watch. Trump brings 94-year-old veteran on stage, invites him to the Oval Office. Veteran says meeting Trump was highlight of his life. Okay? Highlight of his life. A 94-year-old veteran had a lifelong request granted by President Trump on Tuesday at the Veterans of Foreign Wars National Convention, Missouri, okay? Sergeant Alan Jones was called up on stage in Kansas City saying it was one of the highlights of his life to meet the president. Jones stood before the crowd and was met with standing ovation when he said he's given 70 years of his life to the VFW. My children are watching me today. Hopefully that their dad got to stand, to know that their dad got to stand beside the President of the United States. And there he is there. That's a picture of him there. And that's our new great friend here to the show, a veteran. What is his name again? I forget it. I'm lost here. Sergeant Alan Jones in Missouri. Trump says, I'm coming to Missouri today. Claire McCaskill said, damn. That's right. So yesterday, what happened in Georgia? Now, the Democrats have got, the media is doing the wave again, the blue wave, okay? They are Felix the Cat, okay? They reach into their bag of tricks, and what is playing today? If Kavanaugh for Supreme Court is playing today, that's fine. Obviously, right now, Michael Cohen's taped to CNN, because we all trust CNN, all right? And Michael Avenatti, Stormy Daniels' attorney, and we all, and then we have this tape now from Michael Cohen where McDougal, what's her name, McDougal, the Playboy, former Playboy playmate there, or whatever they call him, okay, that Donald Trump allegedly, spent some time with. We'll leave it at that, okay, where they paid her $150,000. The National Enquirer paid her $150,000 for the story and then sit on it. Now she says she ought to get to be able to tell her story because they duped her and lied to her. But anyhow, all of that being said, the media is blowing up all day Michael Cohen's tape of the President of the United States, okay? I'm telling you, people don't care. They don't care. I'm going to break it to you. They don't care. They didn't care yesterday in Georgia, okay? They did not care yesterday in Georgia that the media and Brennan, John Brennan, former CIA director, said it was treason. What happened in Helsinki with Vladimir Putin? They didn't care yesterday in Georgia about Russia. They didn't care. They didn't care that President Donald J. Trump went. You see, the thing with the Georgia election was a test. Why, it wasn't a real test because it's a runoff and the hard right comes out and votes. And no. Do me a favor and type something in because I actually want to see if I can find a number, Amanda, okay, instead of just throwing it out there. Google how many Democrats voted in the Stacey Abrams and Stacey Evans primary, Democrat primary. Google it just like that. How many Democrats voted in the Stacey Evans, Stacey Abrams Democrat primary? And see if you can find a number of a total number, okay? And when you do, just put it out. Just say it, okay? All right, let's do that. But anyhow, they're going to swear to you that Georgia's red and Trump brought the red meat out and it's a runoff and the far right came out. No. What they were looking for yesterday, this is where we're bringing it together, okay? We're going to bring it together. I tell you, we're going to work on some things nobody's working on, all right? And you're going to say, you should have opened the show with this. Well, I don't like to do that. I like to bring it this way and then say, here's where we're at. You see, they are the left all around the country, whether you want to believe it or not, saying...
All right, Abrams won with 76.5% or 423,163 votes. Evans was 23.5% or 130,234 votes.
All right, stop. What's that total?
Gosh.
Don't say gosh. Nobody says gosh. I don't want to hear...
I am with math.
Yeah, but I don't want to hear gosh, golly. I want a total. Add those two numbers together. Are you carrying the two? Are you doing Common Core math?
Stop it. You know I'm bad with math. Okay, so in total that is 553,357 votes.
One more time, real slow, and don't get mad.
Really?
Yes, really. I said really.
553,357 votes.
Okay, and that's Stacey Abrams and Stacey Evans combined.
Yep.
And that's the Democrat primary, right?
Yes.
Okay, folks. In the Democrat primary, let's remember in May, it brought everybody out. Because you had more in Georgia, Democrats on the ballot than recent history. There's commissioners, Board of Education, state, there's a lot of state House representative races, a lot of state Senate races, congressional races, Democrats opposing. Let me tell you, there was more reason in recent history, okay, for Democrats to come out May 22nd in the primary and vote. More reason. And only 500 and whatever thousand came. You heard that. Yesterday in a runoff, a Republican runoff election, there was 585,515 votes. More, that's more than the Democrats that came out and voted, all fired up, all ready to do the resistance, all ready to turn Georgia blue. All of it was ready to turn Georgia blue. Why, my God, we got our candidates, and we've got House candidates, and we've got state candidates, and we are going to turn Georgia blue. And they fell short, the Democrats coming out and voting, and had reason to on local levels. They fell short on primaries, okay, on May 22nd of matching the runoff numbers for Republicans last night. That's right. And the Republicans that voted last night are fired up. They will work. They will not let George Soros influence the election in Georgia. Those voters last night will work. They will go door to door. They'll put up the signs. They'll blow up the social media. They will pull you to the polls. Brian Kemp will be the next governor of Georgia. But that being said, you see the Trump factor. You see, people last night were not supposed to be influenced by Trump. See, the Russia thing. Is that going to influence Democrats? It didn't influence enough Democrats. Republicans didn't care, the media said, Helsinki. They don't care that they're saying NATO. They don't care, what they're saying about North Korea. They don't care he tweeted out he's going to wipe Iran off the face of the earth if they don't get their act together. They don't care, okay? They know they've been cheated for years on free trade, that we have no free trade. We're the ones that they have been stealing from our piggy bank, and the bank is closed. You see, last night, none of those factors, in Georgia, none of those factors are coming into play. And it has. See, it's not, you're going to say, well, these are Republicans. It wouldn't go. No, it's supposed to suppress the vote. See, Republicans are supposed to be, according to the media, so you can get your blue wave like you're at a baseball game going, all right? I mean, their blue wave is like, we go, the guy that tries to start the wave and then keeps doing it and nobody's catching on. What was supposed to happen is the media was supposed to beat up on this president so bad over North Korea, a failure, treason in Russia, the failures at NATO, the failures at G7 with Justin Trudeau, the failures. Oh, by the way, they were supposed to tug on the heartstrings of Republicans, of the poor kids at the border. I mean, what else do you want in a list? Oh, Stormy Daniels. What else do you want? They've thrown everything, the old expression, but the kitchen sink. And my God, Donald Duck right now, not Donald Duck, but Donald Duck right now, because the kitchen sink is coming right now as we speak. See, they can't hurt the hardcore vote on the Trump, but they were supposed to suppress the vote. It didn't happen. They were supposed to at least appeal to some Republicans out there saying, you know, I don't know if I'm going to vote for Kemp because that Trump, I mean, I'll just stay home. It didn't happen. 580-some thousand people. Whether it's Georgia, they're going to play it off that it's a red state, whether it's Georgia or not. Georgia scared the hell out of them yesterday on what happened with Brian Kemp, a guy that said he had a pickup truck, a chainsaw. I'll do the impression tomorrow. I can't do it today. Okay? So, who is concerned about tweets and visits? Who is concerned? Joe Donnelly of Indiana? Heidi Heidencap? Is it Ben Nelson down in Florida? He's concerned. Okay? Joe Manchin over there in West Virginia? Let's see, Claire McCaskill out there in Missouri? The list goes on. They're a nervous wreck. Period. All right? And they're going to get fired up and they're going to work. And Stacey Abrams will lose. Now, when we come back, I'm going to wrap up this day because I'm putting it where Republicans, it's not going to be talked about anywhere else but here, and why the Trump effect. And Clay Tippins, I got a little something on that I think you're going to like. That I don't know if you've heard this anywhere else also, but we'll do it here first. Take us to break, Amanda, and we'll come back and wrap up.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
It's Truck Month at Dave's Chevrolet in Jasper, and we're giving you a payload of savings. Now save up to $13,000 off new Silverado Crew Cab LT. And with Dave's Payment Vacation, make no payments for 90 days. Or save up to $7,400 off new 2018 Chevy Equinox. It's Truck Month in the mountains. See Dave's Chevrolet in Jasper today. The North Georgia Mountains #1 volume Chevy dealer.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Okay, we have another message from a viewer, and this one is like the wrap it up. You can take the whole show. So many things that we've discussed this morning. You can just wrap it right up. This is a great note. We're talking about Governor Nathan Deal. This viewer said maybe Casey Cagle, and David Schaefer should have checked with the Union County candidate. That would be Matt Gutler, okay? Should have checked with the Union County candidate, Matt Gutler, which I think the Union County candidate they're talking about is Mickey Cummins, on how that deal endorsement worked out. So let me put it into perspective here. David Schaefer and Casey Cagle maybe should have checked with Mickey Cummings up in Union County, candidate for that district, District 8, House District 8, that Nathan Deal, the governor, endorsed Mickey Cummins against a sitting Representative Matthew Gutler on how Deal's endorsement worked out. Nathan Deal went up there and put that endorsement up there and didn't work out for him. So I think Casey Cagle, I agree with the viewer here, I think Casey Cagle should have maybe, and David Schaefer, checked out, hey, how'd that work out up there in the Georgia State House 8th District election? Something else I want to say is, who will introduce, I got a question for you, and let's get into it tomorrow. Who will introduce the Clay Tippins bill? Who will introduce that? Who will be the one to introduce a bill making it against the law for one party to record another party without their knowledge? What say you? What say you? Okay? Do you think it's right that anyone at any time can record you without your knowledge? Now, Florida, I think Florida is a two-person. There's several states that both parties have to know they're being recorded for it to be used, before it to be validated, okay? Insurance company calls me the other day about something and says, you do understand that this call is being recorded, okay? Business, so who is going to introduce, do you believe that both parties should be aware of the recording? There should be two-party consent. And I want to know who is going to introduce the Clay Tippins bill. What say you? Huh? Okay, now Stacey Abrams. As I tell you all the time, the Clay Tippins bill coming to you soon. As I tell you all the time, there's going to be there's going to be a kumbaya moment tomorrow night. There's a group of Republicans that are very nervous in Georgia. And that group, how do I put it? There's one Democrat party in Georgia, and Democrats are all socialists. There's not a one that's not. Now, they're a nervous wreck that this Cortez woman, or whatever her name is, and Bernie Sanders actually stand on the stage and cheer with people and say, I am a socialist. A guaranteed living wage for everybody, a guaranteed health care, guaranteed education, free. Turn America to Venezuela, which, we are working on it. We just don't have it just doesn't look that way yet, but Democrats are well on their way to see what they can do to turn us into Venezuela. But they're all socialists. They all agree, and they're not really Democrats. They're not your grandfather's Democrat party like mine. That being said, Republicans struggle on unification, whether they say it or not. Now, they come out the winner if they can handle it. But in Georgia right now, what happened with Brian Kemp last night, a lot of voters let's just say, are not paying attention to the fraction in the Republican Party in Georgia. There's the Georgia Republican Assembly, and there's the Georgia GOP, the Georgia Republican Party. there are still Tea Party groups, there are still activist groups that do not commingle very well, okay? They don't coalesce. I learned that word a long time ago. They don't coalesce. And there's a fraction that has been over at the Georgia Republican Assembly that is an underlying current that's been pushing what they call more conservatives, the Matthew Gutler. Sadly enough, one of their conservatives was Jason Spencer, but you never know when somebody's going to jump off the boat, okay? You don't know. I mean, at any time somebody can jump off the boat. I mean, it just happens, okay? But there's a fraction in the Republican Party, and there's a part that says Brian Kemp could be ushering in the conservative, okay, the conservative side of Georgia that many have long awaited for. So let's watch that. Let's watch that. Now, this is my show, as arrogant as it sounds. I come in here, I do this show 5 days a week. It is my opinion. I'm just being straight. My show, my opinion. And I tell you that. Now, our company, FetcherNews.com, does not endorse candidates. And by the way, Natalie, you did an awesome job last night getting everything together and working right up to midnight, texting back and forth to put some things on Fetcher News as far as results and what was happening. That being said, we do not endorse candidates, and that gets confusing sometimes, okay? Because a lot of people will say, well, I thought you don't endorse candidates. But what you've heard me say is I'm a conservative, okay? All right? I straight out of the box. Now, we do not tell people when they come here to write city government, county government. They will tell you. They're never pushed or pulled in a direction. Our goal on FetcherNews.com, when you go to a county page, is our writers that contribute to our website have to be a clear conduit of information to the citizens. But there's no political tone. I refuse, will not allow it. That's a news network. FetcherNews.com is an online news network. But I never shy away, and I tell people up front, I'm a conservative. So I'm going to tell you now, it's when you say, well, wait a minute, that's endorsing. I will work as hard as I can. I love the state of Georgia. I love this place. I love my friends in Georgia. I love all my Republican friends, red and yellow, black and white. And I'm telling you right now, I have close Republican friends that you're going to call a rhino and you won't even speak to. I have close Republican friends that you say are so far to the right that they're just crazy as hell. And I love them all. And they're going to be my friends because I'm just going to come here and do this every day because it's a great place to live, Georgia. It is a great place to raise your family. It's God's state. You know, they say it's God's country. That's the USA. But this is God's state. We're a little partial to it. Sorry out there, I didn't mean to offend you. I will work as hard as I can to make sure Stacey Abrams is not the next governor of Georgia. As hard as I can. I will ask you to join me every day. We will get back tomorrow on the national news. We will get back on the national news. We'll get back on the local stuff. We'll take a little time not away from the governor's race or any of the races, but we will focus on those races that get a little closer. Won't leave them alone, but I will do everything I can to stop Stacey Abrams on the show and do everything I can for Brian Kemp to be the next governor of Georgia. I want to say to John Watson, because he is the chair of the GOP Republican Party in Georgia, and people are screaming through there. Some of you are like, oh, really? Why are you going to be nice to John Watson? Carmen, I'm so sorry, Carmen. I forget your last name, and I know you so well because you were the campaign manager for Doug Collins' campaign. So sorry, Carmen. But Carmen and John, the GOP chair, Great job in putting the kumbaya moment tomorrow night. I hope a lot of Republicans come out, no matter what side of the Republican, aisle you're on or how you feel. I hope you'll come out and unify tomorrow, the Republican Party, tomorrow night, and get out and try to get Brian Kemp elected. Stacey Abrams will be a disaster. She is not, okay? I want to say jokingly, the last Democrat, okay, governor is Nathan Deal. I want to say the last governor, the one before that is Sonny Perdue. But realistically, the last Democrat that ran the state of Georgia was Roy Barnes, okay? And when I moved to Georgia, Roy Barnes was the governor. Stacey Abrams is not Roy Barnes, period. End of discussion. She is as radical to the left. And rural Georgia, if you think for 1 minute in rural Georgia that you're going to get anything, any help, Stacey Abrams will focus every single resource this state has. If you get tired of Republicans talking about transportation, if you get tired of Republicans talking about Atlanta, you have seen nothing yet. They will focus everything. So in rural Georgia, we're going to have to overcome the Atlanta vote. We can do it. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. We'll be back tomorrow morning. I'm going to do my Brian Kemp impression tomorrow. We have started a new show. We're playing it every day now. Now, next week, we will have 3 hours. Dave Garner will be back. Instant replay. We'll be back with Dave Garner next week, our sports show. So next week, we will actually have 4 hours of programming for you to watch. But we launched a new show last Friday, and we're playing it all week long. If you have not had an opportunity to see it, it is the Union County Farmers Market. The show's called Trash to Treasures. We made some great new friends. We want you to meet our new friends. And it's live every Friday at 11:30, but we run it right after this show, Monday through Friday this week to introduce it. So we're going to get out of here today. I'm going to take a little nap. I'm a little exhausted. Trash to Treasures right after these messages. Don't leave. Take us out here.